I remember, toward the end of Dorothy's life, people would often ask, what's going to happen to the Catholic worker after you die? And she would usually say something like, it doesn't matter. She was not there to establish a legacy that would continue indefinitely. If there was value in this kind of way, and it continued to be attractive and relevant to the needs of our time, she was confident that it would continue. But that wasn't ultimately important to her. In fact, the Catholic worker is flourishing. There are a couple hundred communities around the country that identify with the Catholic worker, but it's not like a franchise where there's headquarters and you can say how many people are members or that sort of thing. She always saw the Catholic worker as a kind of an idea and a movement, an organism, not an organization, she said. And it would grow and it would adapt according to the needs of the time and the gifts and the talent and the vision of those who were attracted to it. But I think that all the different Catholic worker houses share a similar kind of DNA, and if you visit them, even though they were independently started, they all take very seriously the gospel and trying to live that out and apply that, not just in a personal way, but as a community in relation to needs of our time, usually expressed through the works of mercy, feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, sheltering the homeless, and combining those acts of charity, you might say, with engagement in work for justice. So not just taking care of the poor, but addressing the system and the structures that create so many poor. And I think in many cases also another aspect that was important to Dorothy was not just protesting the way things are, but trying to offer something constructive, a vision, a spirit for the future that would sustain our community, our life, if we were to follow it. So it's not just oppositional, there's a kind of spirit of celebration, of joy, sometimes farming cooperatives or communes that sort of living out a deindustrialized model of life. Some of the Catholic worker communities focus more on sacraments and the liturgical life of the church, others less so. There's no uniformity. But that kind of peace witness that Dorothy Day's granddaughter Martha has pursued, going to Iraq and whatnot, with the practical hands-on engagement with the poor, is a kind of distinctive signature of the movement.
So the worker goes on very strong in its own way. For some of us, that's Dorothy's miracle. There are miracles happening every day thanks to the Catholic worker. People are being fed, clothed, housed, encouraged, given meaning in their life. How many young people come to the Catholic worker and it's their school, then they go on to something else, So this is the works of mercy, being corporal and spiritual, still being practiced every day.
And it's very easy to start a Catholic worker community. You keep it small, you keep it simple, you keep it local, you address whatever the local ministry is begging to, have the needs met of who you find yourself with. So I feel very grateful and very hopeful that the movement will continue to thrive. Houses come and go, but the movement itself will keep stirring.